he wishes for you to remain here until he sends for you. If in some way, I wish to... I must fetch the scrubber.
I'm not really here. I just came for my angel, a foolish way to speak of this, my instrument. May I say a happy issue out of all your afflictions? I do hope so. Well, I'm away now.
God bless you in case you sneeze.
Why, thank you. I think I might. And God bless you, too.
One would think by the holy scent of it that our friend had been baptized in the garden. But it's only the heathen rainfall.
Do you think he knows what has been happening to us?
Old Angel Strafer? He knows all right. But he's subdued to the cloth he works in.
How tired I am. What can you see out there?
Out here? Out here is a sky so gentle, 5 stars are ventured on it. I can see the pale belly of the sky glowing and growing big, soon to deliver the moon. I can see a glittering smear, the snail trail of the sun, where it disappeared with its golden shell into the hills. Quiet land sunken into prayer, lucidly in dewdrops of one syllable, nunc dimittent. I see twilight now.
But what can you hear?
The howl of human jackals.
Excuse me, I must scrub the floor.
Good old custom. Always fornicating between clean sheets and spit on well-scrubbed floor.
Twilight. Double, treble, in and out. If I try to find my way, I bark my brain on shadows sharp as rock. Or half a day ago there was a wild, soft world. A world of warm straw. Whispering every now and then with rats, but possible. Possible. Not this. This is where I'm lost. The morning came and left the sunlight on my step like any normal tracer. But now every spark of likelihood has gone. The light draws off as easily as though no one could die tomorrow.
Are you going to be so serious about such a mean allowance of breath as life is? We'll suppose ourselves to be caddisflies, who live just one day. Do we spend our evening commiserating with each other about the unhygienic condition of our worm cases? For God's sake, should we laugh?
For what reason?
For the reason of laughter. Since laughter, madam, is surely the surest touch of genius in all of creation. Would you have thought of it, I ask you, if you had been making man, stuffing him full of such hopping greeds and passions that he has to burst himself as often as he conveniently can manage it? Would it also occur to you to fill him with such a phenomenon as cachinnation? That same laughter, madam, is an irrelevancy which almost amounts to revelation.
I laughed earlier this evening. And where am I now?
Between the past and the future, which is where you were before.
Was it for laughter's sake you told them you were the devil? Or why did you?
Honesty, madam. Common honesty.
Honesty common with the devil.
Gloriously common. It is for once evil not traveling incognito. It is what it is.
Thank you for that. You speak of the world I thought I was waking to this morning. But horror is walking with me now. Because nothing is what it appears to be. That's the deep water my childhood had to swim in. My father drowned in it.
He was drowned in what? In hypocrisy?
In the pursuit of alchemy, in not accepting your dictum. It is what it is. In the end, you walked in science like the winds this night. Poor father. And yet, he was greatly gifted. When he was born, he gave an algebraic cry. At one glance, measured the cubic content of that ivory cone in his mother's breast, and multiplied his appetite by 5. And so, he matured by a progression, gave experience by correlation, expanded into marriage by contraction, and by certain physical dynamics, formulated me. My poor father. With years and powers he wasted. He thought he could change the matter of the world by strange experiment and by describing numerical parabolas.
Magnificent intention. To change the matter of the world. And so, he died deluded.
As a matter of fact, it wasn't a delusion. As a matter of fact, after his death, when I was dancing in the laboratory, I knocked over a crucible, which knocked over a second, which knocked a third, and they all poured and spattered over some copper coin, which, 2 days later, by impregnation, turned into solid gold.
Tell that to some sailor on a horse. If he had such a secret, I and all my fiendish flock, my incubi, succubi, imps, and cacodemons, would have leapt out of our bath of brimming brimstone, crying, Eureka, cherchez la femme. Emperors would be lionizing you. Their mistresses patronizing you. Ministers of state governmentalizing you. And you would be eulogized, lionized, probably canonized for your divine mishap.
But I never had such a secret. It's a secret still. What it is I spilled, or to what extent, or in what proportion, whether the atmosphere was hot, cold, moist, or dry, I'll never know. Someone else can discover their fingers, tease their brains, and ruin their eyesight to discover it. My father broke on the wheel of a dream. You've lost in search. And so for me, the actual, what I touch, what I see, what I know, the essential fact.
In other words, the bare untruth.
And, if I may say it, without appearing rude, absolutely no devils.
How then do you come to be here, pursued by the local consignment of fear and guilt? What possible cause?
Your they must be giving you pain.
Listen, by both my cloven hooves, if you put us to the rack of an exchange of sympathy, I'll fell you to the ground. Answer my question.
Why do they call me a witch? Remember, my father was an alchemist. I was alone, preferring loneliness to the companionable suffocation of an aunt. I still amuse myself with simple experiments in my father's laboratory. Also, I speak French to my poodle. Then you must know I have a peacock, which on Sundays dines with me indoors. A new little serving maid carrying the food heard it cry, dropped everything and ran left to come back, and told all whom she met that the devil was dining with me.
It really is beyond the limits of respectable superstition to confuse my voice with that of a peacock's. Don't they know I sing solo bass in Hell's Madrigal Club? And as for you, you with no eyes, no ears, no senses at all, you should be swallowed whole by time, in the way that you swallow appearances. Horn. Well, what a waste it has been to give you creation's most vast and exquisite dilemma, where altercation thrums in every granule of the Milky Way. And as for here, each acorn drops arguing to earth and pollen's all polemic. Giving you a world as contradictory as the female, as cabalistic as the male, a conscienceless hermaphrodite who plays heaven off against hell, tell off against heaven, revolving in the ballroom of the sky, glittering with conflict as with diamonds. We've wasted paradox and mystery on you, when all you ask for is cause and effect. A copy of your birth certificate was all you needed to put yourself at peace with creation. Oh, and I cannot pull the whole thing.
This is a fine time to scold me for keeping myself to myself and out of a clutch of chaos. I was already in a four-way of perplexity, and now you leave me no escape except out of a stream of tears.
Oh, none of that. Hell! I beg your pardon. Now that I'm down on my knees, I may as well stay here. Oh, in the name of all who were ever drowned in the sea, please don't weep. I never learned to swim.
What I do with my own tears is for me to decide.
That's all very well. But on whose defenseless head shall they fall?
I had no idea you were so afraid of water. I'll put them away.
Pete, I don't know which is worse, to have you weeping or to have you behaving like Catherine of Ace, who wept a single tear until after she'd been beheaded. And then, the accumulation of tears of a long lifetime burst from her eyes with such force that it practically winded 3 onlookers and floated the parish priest 200 yards into the entrance hall of a brothel.
Oh, Catherine.
Not at all. It made her life in retrospect infinitely more tolerable. And when she got to purgatory, she was laughing so much they had to give her a sedative.
Why should you want to be happy?
Madam, I owe it to myself. But it can wait. It will keep while the light still lasts.
What can we see in this light? Nothing, I think, except flakes of drifting fear. The promise of oblivion.
Nothing can be seen in the thistle down. But the rock-headed thistle cover. Rest in that river. I can pass to you generations of roses in this one wrinkled thing. Now you hold in your hand a wraith of summer garden, hidden under centuries of petals. What is not, you have in your heart. Rest is this. I know. This evening blows through the night like a ridiculous wisp of down. And you have your own damnable mystery too, which at this moment I can well do without.
I know of none. I'm an unhappy fact, fearing death. This is a strange moment to feel my life increasing. And this moment is little more maybe for both of us, the end of time. You cast your fishing net of eccentricity, caught me with when I was already lost, and landed me with despairing gills on your own strange beach. It's too inhuman of you.
Inhuman? If I dared know what you meant by that, it would sound disastrous.
It means I care whether you live or die. You have cut yourself a shape on the air which may be my star.
Will you stop frightening me to death? Do you want our spirits to hobble out of their graves enduring twinges of hopeless human affection as long as death shall last? To still feel pain in the amputated limb? To feel passion in vacuo? I tell you, the heart is worthless. Nothing more than a pomander's perfume in the sewerage. And a nosegay of private human emotion won't keep me from the stench of the plague pit. You needn't think it will. Excuse me, Richard. Don't entertain the mildest interest in me, or you'll have me die freezing.
Why should that be? If you're afraid of casting your shadow across another life, shine less brightly upon yourself. Fall back into the rank and file of ordinary men. Instead of preserving that magnetism of mystery, your curious passion for death. You are making yourself a breeding ground for love and must take the consequences. But why should that matter? Since in a little while neither of us may exist. Either or both may be altogether transmuted into memory. And then the heart is pure and peace. Richard, there's a tear rolling out of your eyes. What is it?
Oh, that, I don't know. Things on my mind.
Not us.
Not only.
It's a woman, Richard. Apply yourself to the scrubbing brush. It's all a trick of the light.
The light of a fire.
And Richard, please tell this woman that I am a figure of vice and crime. Guilty of mankind. I have perpetrated human nature. My father and mother were accessories before the fact. But there'll be no accessories after the fact by my virility, there won't. Just see me as like a perambulating vegetable, patched with inconsequential hair, looking out of two small jellies for the means of life, balancing on folding bones. My sex, no beauty, but a blemish to be hidden behind judicious rags. Driven and scorched by boomerang rages and lunacies which never touch the accommodating artichoke or the seraphic strawberry lying in his bed. I defend myself against pain and death by pain and death. And make the world go round, they tell me, by one of life's less lethal appetites. At this grotesque life, I spend in a state of slow decomposition, using the name of unconsidered God as a pedestal on which I stand and brave that I'm the best of beasts, until under some forgotten moon or other I fall to pieces, like a cake of dung. Tell me, is there a slut in the world that would take this in her arms and hold her lips against it?
Sluts are only you. By a book of unastonished nature, your obscene, decaying figure of vegetable fun can drag upon a woman's heart, like heaven dragging up the roots of hell. What is to be done? Something compels us into the terrible fallacy that man is desirable. But no escaping the truth. The crimes and cruelties leave us longing, and campaigning love still pitches his tent of light amid the suns and moons. You leave me decaying and a platitude of flesh. But I have no other such memories of life. You may be corrupt as ancient apples. Well, then, corruption is what I most willingly harvest.